where I liked it. I was a fan
Me
of it.
too. That was fun. In a world.
Welcome to the Winku podcast, where it's
bonjour,
2/29/16.
and welcome to the
This is the
Winku
second week in a
podcast.
row, Relic. God damn it. Here, I'll just let you guys do the intro.
It
There
is
you go.
February 29th.
In a world
It is a
of-
leap year. I am
In
the
a
host,
world
Relic
where
Universe,
GameCube
and I am here with my guests.
Four
Constance
idiots are
and
gonna
Companion
babble on
Cube.
over each
Stop
other.
speaking over me,
So
you
is this
fucking dick.
Nobody's
proof that
gonna
four-man
have any
podcasts don't
idea
work?
who's
Yeah, I
gonna
think
like
this is
my
exactly.
self-proof here.
Yeah, this is conclusive proof
We're
that
just
four-man
proving we should
podcast.
never do this again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't worry
Because
about it.
people are douchebags and speak over me when I'm giving a fantastic intro.
Oh yeah, you want to bitch about people speaking
We'll
over
be
you?
going somewhere.
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
speak over anybody because nobody lets me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Also, my microphone's quieter than everybody else, so fuck Relic.
Cross is still the loudest, so at least there's that.
Yeah. Oh, I could turn it. I could turn the boost down, but then I'll be the quietest.
I don't
I
know
do
if that'll
speak over
work.
people whenever they're making a shit point. That's for sure. Or if they interrupt me.
I tend to speak over people if they make a cat pun.
Oh, who
I
made
drop
an
flying
announcement?
Cat puns.
Not me. I never make an announcement for this shit.
Douglas made an announcement on the Drive Not Found that the Winku podcast is now live. Holy shit.
Oh,
He's on
that's
point.
relevant to the conversation we had just before the podcast.
Good thing it wasn't streamed. Alright, but yeah, welcome to the podcast. We decided to have a four-man podcast this time
it's a leap
because
year.
Relic and Buttkiss both wanted to talk about things, right? Was that the...
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Well,
No, it was the
the
general
only way
idea.
Relic appears on podcasts is whenever he, is like, yo, let's do an impromptu one. Like, that's the only
That's
time
not
I
true at all.
That's
Do you
pretty
remember
much
who was on our last schedule podcast? I believe it was.
Yeah, but I was asked
Relic
like 20
ties.
minutes beforehand.
What was his name? It was Relic Day.
The only way I appear is if I'm asked like 20 minutes beforehand, but usually only whenever I'm actually like, yo, let's do a podcast. Because generally, you guys already have a guest lined up. It's like, oh.
All right, so you only appear when you want to do something or when we asked you to be on the podcast. Gotcha.
Yeah, but you guys never ask me for the most part. You're like,
What?
yo,
We ask you, but
We
we
already got
try
it
to
first.
mix up the people that are guests on the channel. Like, come on.
well, you only ask me if you have nobody else, and I'm the one you see with 20 minutes
No,
to go.
Relic, you're thinking of Taz. We only asked Taz and nothing else. Why?
Come on, Cross, you can't say that. This is mean.
I'm not thinking of Taz. I'm thinking
I think
of
Taz is a very good guest.
No, he is a very good guest. I'm just saying, I think the only times we've asked him.
Yeah.
I
We
think
should get him
you'll
on
like
more
the
often.
Best guest, barring Billy.
Yeah.
Billy's amazing.
But yeah, so we have these goonheads on the podcast. How was everybody's week then?
He's the best person to have a podcast with, I swear.
That's a great week that you have there going on, Buttkiss. Thanks for that,
And
Cross.
he's a square-shaped object. I mean, how many of those do I know?
What's your house made out of? Circles?
What?
What?
Oh my god,
I
please.
made a house made out of circles this weekend. It was
Oh.
very enjoyable.
Was it made out of glass?
Glass circle house. The most stable of houses.
No.
Edges.
Ross, you speak Spanish. Address that.
I don't speak Spanish. 203 is learning Spanish, and she is not here.
Oh, we're fucked.
Channel your inner 203.
Ducks.
Quiere hacer la cosa donde solo.
Something about, oh, okay, so he's being Jabba the Hutt, and he's talking about Han Solo. Is that something started?
You
Right.
did it.
Yeah.
Um,
Good job.
How was your week, Relic?
I don't talk about my
My
weekend.
weekend
How
was
was your
fine.
week,
Thanks
Tanya?
for asking, Cross.
Yeah.
I mean, other than getting spoiled on the spoiler in KOTOR, you know.
That was like 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
No, it was about a week ago. Right after the podcast, I think.
Oh no.
I'd like to ask people not to say the spoiler in chat, by the way, because, you know, it's a pretty fucking big spoiler.
You know,
We'll
looking
punish
things up
thee.
while you're playing a game is really dangerous.
But I just looked up the wiki. Don't look up
No, I
anything
know.
on the
I'm
wiki.
aware of that. I got
whatsoever.
spoiled for Death Note by looking up a really innocuous picture, and one of the pictures was named a major spoiler. I was like,
No.
Like, thanks. Now I know how
Yep.
it ends. Great.
Just avoid the wiki at all costs.
No.
Anything you're doing, Jesus Christ, man.
But I've been good. I'm trying to get used to my new computer. I started recording Super Hot and a little bit of Psychonauts, which are the first ones I've recorded on my new computer, and it's working pretty okay.
Super hot.
Hot.
Super.
Color. Mucho. Color.
No, I actually, when I saw that game was on Steam, I actually went to my job to see if there's extra work and worked a few extra hours so that I could pay for it and get it when it was new, which I've never done before. So, I did it. I worked enough and then I bought it the same day. And it's really short, but I think it was worth it. It was fun.
Yeah, Cross, you should put your computer specs in the About section of your YouTube channel.
It's the most
Oh.
innovative
True.
shooter I've played in years.
I would
That's-
have to agree.
Yeah. It
Not
looks
that I've
very
played a
good.
lot of shooters.
Don't worry
Um,
about
And I won't play it.
You don't have to. I only like standard shooters.
I don't even like standard shooters, though.
Says the guy who plays Battlefront.
For hours upon hours.
Dude,
Oh.
Jedis are fun.
Oh, Relic, by the way,
it. Fair point.
Day of Infamy actually does have a co-op mode. It's not only competitive multiplayer. So, there's that.
Ooh,
There you go.
interesting.
Oh,
Might
well,
have
it
to
sounds
take a
like
look
we're about-
after it.
Sounds like we're gonna do that eventually.
I don't know if it's very great, though. Like,
Oh, it probably isn't, which is perfect for us.
the map layouts and the AI pathing in Day of Infamy, the mod for, what is it? Insurgency? Yeah, Insurgency. It's very awkward.
Oh, but it is Insurgency, which is the downer there. That game kicks my ass way too hard.
Oh, he's asking for your graphics card, Cross.
Oh, I don't have a graphics card in there right now, which is causing some issues. I'm going to have to take the graphics card from my old computer and put it in my new computer, but as soon as I do that, my old computer becomes a brick, so I've been delaying it because there's certain things I can only... whatever. I don't want to talk about it.
The graphics card that came with it was Intel's. It was a built-in one. I think it was Intel 4000 or something like that.
Yeah, and my old graphics card is only a little bit better than it, but I think... for some reason, my computer's not utilizing anywhere near the amount of visual RAM that it should be, so I think it just needs a non-onboard card to not be dumb.
To take the pressure off the motherboard, I guess.
Yeah, and I've never gotten the RAM to go over 3 gigs either. I have 12. Why did I even pay for the extra RAM?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, his computer is strange. I don't
Over
understand it.
3 gigs? Mine, I have kind of the same specs as you. I have an i5 as well.
Mhm.
An i5 quad core. And how many gigs of RAM did you say you had?
12. But
Okay.
I feel like it's not using them.
I have 8. 8.
Yeah, 8 would have been fine. There was a computer that had almost the exact same specs, but was $100 less, and just had 8 gigs of RAM, but that sold out instantly because that deal was ridiculous. It was for $290 or something insane.
Damn.
Yeah. But this deal was still pretty good.
Well, at least you'll be able to record 2D games at some point with that.
I hope so.
Anything interesting happen in anybody's life? No, I didn't think so.
We
We're
made a
almost nerds.
tater tot casserole. with bacon.
That's not interesting. That's
Oh,
like old
oh.
person.
It
Hey.
tasted interesting.
Hey, don't you make fun of his culinary genius?
It's culinary
You're just
genius.
jealous because the only thing you know how to make is boiled water and hot pockets.
Oh, alright, that's true. I don't even boil the water on the stove. I boil it in the microwave.
Why would you boil water if you can't make anything else? It'd be no purpose.
I like drinking it boiled. I'm very sterile.
This hot pocket.
Yeah.
Can't drink cold water with a hot pocket. Are you crazy?
Yeah, it
You'd
helps.
explode.
It
You'll
helps
ruin your
remove small
what
bits
is it? Like the enzymes of your teeth or whatever.
Well, the coldness of the water and the hotness of the hot pocket would just cause your head to explode. And so you
It's
have to make
like-
sure it's at the same temperature.
Yeah, if it's hot water, then it also removes the bits of skin hanging from the roof of your mouth that the hot pocket is making peel.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But did you
So,
know
that's
that
just good for everyone.
your tongue actually has little tiny hairs that they
Yo.
slam all over the
Yo.
over the food particles? Little tiny hairs
I don't like it.
in your tongue. It's pretty disgusting to think
I'm
about,
putting 'em
isn't
out.
it?
Where are my tweezers?
Oh, you won't be able to taste a damn thing, but hey.
Yeah, but at least
no
I won't have a
hairs.
hairy tongue. That's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Pretty fucking gross.
That's
Well,
why
I hear I heard that apparently there are problems with YouTube, which I have trouble believing.
Oh, right. I forgot we have topics to
YouTube
talk
has
about.
problems. What?
Yeah, it's impossible.
It actually has two problems currently that are in the
What?
forefront. Relic,
One is
you want to
you.
explain the first one?
Which one do you want to start with? I mean, I'll start with video codec issues,
We
Yeah,
can
let's do
do.
because that's the less important one, in my opinion. So YouTube has always kind of had a problem with bitrate, which, if you don't know, bitrate is what keeps the video from looking like it's artifacting. And YouTube has always kind of limited that. In 1080p videos, it limits it to, I think, 8 megabytes, which isn't a lot.
I think it's more around like 5.
No, not for 1080.
Oh. No, I thought it was like 6 for 1080.
It might be 6 or 7.
That's
It's
what
6
Total
through
Biscuit
8,
said
I
in his
think.
video.
I think it's 6 to 8, depending on your settings whenever it's uploaded. YouTube's always messed with everything that a video has to put it on its platform, but now as we move forward in technology, it's getting a little bit ridiculous because there's too much happening for 8 megabytes to even keep up with. So that's why it's looking like blurry. So videos are not looking blurry, they're looking like they have little squares around them. That's called artifacting. And it's going to keep happening because YouTube, until YouTube changes it and makes the bit rate higher.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
It's always been this way. It's just that
Oh.
games didn't have so much moving parts that it was noticeable until now.
Oh,
when there's
exactly.
AAA.
It's just more noticeable now that a lot of people are doing Far Cry Primal with extremely high video quality.
Yeah, because so much is moving in Far Cry Primal, and it's kind of ridiculous.
You see more on Twitch with low bitrate streams, and everything gets all blocky and nasty when the stream starts to move.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, YouTube has this problem, but are there any video services that don't have this problem?
I think there are some video services that have increased bitrate, and Twitch has a fine bitrate. It'll let you do whatever you want. It's just that you have to set it.
Yeah.
I think RedTube has a pretty good bitrate.
Just move our Let's Plays to RedTube.
Yeah, we'll have a thumbnail with boobs in it or something, so they don't kick us off.
I think they'll catch on.
Pornhub.
It'd be great if you got kicked off a site because not enough porn.
Kind of fantastic.
You just intersplice the video with porn here and there. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Occasional porn and then video game.
It's like this
I don't
podcast.
see a problem with this. I mean, this podcast is porn all the time.
Uh-huh.
And the frog in the corner, he's actually banging something. You can't tell.
Yeah, off screen. Shit, you let the secret loose. Oh no.
It's a censorship issue.
I'll never look at him as them.
Yeah. But that's just like a really random issue, though, that just sprouted up out of pretty much nowhere. I certainly didn't expect it to come up anytime soon. But I guess video games are just getting so great that, they're great looking, I should say, that people will,
Much better.
yeah, people
Yeah,
will
and-
just keep uploading better quality.
All of
500k a year for bitrate isn't actually that much. 500k to YouTube is chump change. They make well over 500k.
yeah, all of
That's-
their money is coming from video games and music videos, essentially. And I don't know what percent. I'm assuming they make more money from music videos, but like, gaming is a not insubstantial chunk of their revenue. So
Yeah, so if it's going down in quality, people aren't going to watch it. YouTube's going to lose profit anyway.
Yeah. So they might as well just stick their necks out. And it's not like everybody's going to start uploading in the highest bit rate possible. I mean, I'm sitting here with pretty low bit rate, all things considered. Not 30 FPS, hardly even 1080p, I assume. for a
yeah, I
lot
don't
of
even
my
know what
videos.
bitrate is, so I'm not going to change it again.
There you go. Like, most people probably don't even go up to 1080p for either watching stuff or uploading stuff. But it's nice to have the option for people that want it.
720 is fine.
Right.
If
And
YouTube
as-
lost money every year, it wouldn't be alive anymore. It wouldn't be a thing.
Well, if they lost more money than they were making, yeah.
Yeah, it would. Google wouldn't bother. It would just drop it.
But
Well, I'm
what
sure
was the other issue with YouTube?
Oh, the other issue? That's hashtag WTFU, where's the fair use?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw a video on that last night. I should have guessed it.
I think it really got started. Well, I mean, the hashtag certainly got started with the Nostalgia Critic. Actually, you might recognize that name.
Oh,
on
Doug
Channel
Walker.
Awesome.
I should check that out then.
Yeah, Doug Walker made a video titled "What the Hell YouTube Part 1" or something, and then he had a Part 2 as well. And in that, he talks about how he's been getting screwed over by shitty MCMs and other shitty YouTubers by the Content ID system, and getting striked so they couldn't make money off of their content, and people were taking monetization from his videos. Like, you know, the usual shitty practice that's been happening for so long, but for some reason over the past few months, it's been stepped up. And I guess companies just realize more so now, a lot more of them realize that they can abuse YouTube's system to make a quick buck.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I understand why he would bring this up, because, like, I didn't even hear about the issues of fair use and stuff before him. He was one of the first people to get his channels repeatedly nuked on YouTube. Like, that was before they had the first strike system, and even before, like, Google took over, his channel kept on getting deleted. So then he had an idea to make a separate channel for every video and put them in a playlist, and then you subscribe to the playlist. But they figured that out after, like, 6 months, and that's when he made his own website. But I think about 2 years ago he came back to YouTube because they had relaxed a little bit, and it looks like now it's being horrible in a different way because people realize they can abuse it. So he hasn't had a good time with his YouTube career, which is sad.
That is kind of sad. It's almost certainly too because he uses copyrighted stuff, but he uses it in a fair use way, which is, you know, why he's complaining about where's the fair use, which is totally legitimate, and I totally feel for him. It's just, you know, as Let's Players, we're in a pretty shady area of the
but we use way more than, like, he does.
Yeah,
like,
well, that's for
like,
damn sure.
Entire comment from the game. He's like, I mean, if you go by the like clips to his commentary, or even just like the video feed, most of the time it's more him talking or doing skits than the actual show.
Yeah.
And it's ludicrous for a company to take all the revenue from a video like that.
I don't really like most of the skits that he does, but that's just my cup of tea there.
Yeah, no, most of them don't hit the mark, but you know, his actual commentary is usually great.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, no, like I said, we've known about this for a long time. YMS, otherwise known as Your Movie Sucks, is kind of in the same boat as him, and he was in a recent video as well, talking about YouTube's system and stuff like that. And I don't know, I guess the only thing that YouTube can do to maybe curb people content IDing like systems and stuff like that, and getting cash from the monetization, is to put the money in escrow, like on the video, and then once the claim is resolved, then give the money to whoever won the claim.
Yes, that makes a lot more sense.
Because the way it is now, the person who claims it just gets all the money until the claim is lifted, which can take up to like 90 days, I think it was, right?
Yeah, and people who are doing it maliciously can just kick the can across the road, and then like they can just keep on being like answering it on 30 days. And sometimes they can actually reinstate the claim. Like, there's no, like, double indemnity. It's not like, now that it's been proved to be false, they can just make it again.
Yep. So. I need to find that video by Your Movie Sucks, because that explains it so well. Everything that's wrong with YouTube's copyright system.
Yeah.
They just need to do the thing, like, it's pretty simple. They just need to make it so that people get punished for like the fake claims. It's kind of ridiculous. That's just, you can do it without any punishment.
Well, there's a thing. If they can't do that to big corporations, then they won't do it to big corporations, because YouTube's entire thing is avoiding legal battles.
Right.
And I don't see how they could punish a corporation. Really, they could delete someone else's channel.
The thing is, they don't
have
to participate. They can just report it. All they have to do is report it. There's a government agency that takes care of this, that charges people with perjury for it. They only need to report it.
All right, but now you're talking about a legal battle. Like, the company can easily come back and say this was a false claim, and the companies probably actually have enough money to battle YouTube.
Yeah, some random YouTuber isn't going to make enough money to hire up a good lawyer.
Like, their entire...
YouTube, like, Honestly, it's the government. Like the government agency handles it for the most part. The only way the corporate side gets involved is they cut their funding for YouTube. They don't advertise on YouTube, and they won't, do partnerships with YouTube. That's the only action they can take against YouTube. They actually will not be able to confront YouTube in a legal standpoint because it is the government agency that's confronting them. They have to battle the government agency to prove their innocence.
But are there really cases where government agencies jump in for this type of stuff?
No, YouTube has to report it.
No, but even if they report it, like, I can't imagine like YouTube saying like, all right, so Nostalgia Critic was using this guy's videos and this big corporation said to stop. We're going to report you to the government. Like, they're not going to do that.
No, YouTube will never report people to the government, but if they did, it'd make a much different thing.
I just can't believe that would actually do something. I can't believe that the government would actually side in favor of the small YouTuber as opposed to the corporation. Like, that's an extremely optimistic view of it.
They kind of, like, that agency kind of has to. It doesn't really matter the size of who's being attacked. If you're lying about a fair use, if you're breaching the law, they have to deal with it. They have to put the perjury charge on you. It's a fraud case, it's a perjury case, and perjury is not a little thing that can send you to jail time. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about how it should work. I don't think it actually works that way.
Even normal people, like even a normal citizen, like a gamer, someone who was developing games, like localizing games, their sister served 2 years for perjury. Like,
so if Doug Walker reported to the government, is he able to do that, or does it have to be YouTube?
I think it has to be YouTube because he's working under YouTube.
It's not, though. It's his own content.
He's posting it to YouTube. He's doing it on YouTube, so he would have to have YouTube do it.
I don't know. Isn't that kind of exactly what the stance that people, like the companies, are arguing too? Like, he's posting it under YouTube, therefore YouTube is responsible for anything that the users post. That's why we have the.
Well, that's why you have
system.
the Millennial Copyright Act that says that they're not responsible for it as long as they do this, this, and this.
Yeah, which is why we have this system now.
Yes, this is how the entire thing started.
YouTube has its own bullshit system because they don't want to. They don't want to even partially deal with this.
Yeah.
So they have a bullshit system where they claim no responsibility. They let the companies do whatever they want, and they just back off because they want the partnership deals. They want the adverts. They want the money. So they just back off and let whatever happen.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is the only thing, like, YouTube gains nothing from helping smaller or even medium-sized YouTubers because, like, it's not like people are going to leave their service. They have a monopoly on streaming sites. Like, all the other secondary bigger sites like Vimeo, like Dailymotion, don't even have a fraction of the audience of YouTube.
And they don't even allow gaming for the most part because they're like, we don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, so they have a monopoly. They don't have to do anything.
Yeah. And Twitch is like their semi-biggest competition, but here's the thing, you can't view like past Twitch streams easily on Twitch. I personally think that the archive system on Twitch is absolute shit, and watching videos on the archive system is actually kind of difficult because they're not, like, Twitch is a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. It is just god-awful. I think they said that they stitched together 15-minute clips of FLV or something like that, FLV formats that they pull up, which is why it gets stuck in limbo sometimes. It's really terrible.
Yeah, I mean, people keep on suggesting like set a law so people could report things. Yeah, no, that would be great, but now we're talking about the government making laws against large corporations. Like, good luck. Like, it's not... There's a lot of things where there could be laws against corporations that would help a lot of people. It's not going to happen. And this is like corporations do a lot of horrible things. Like, this is like one of the least horrible things they're doing.
Yeah, but it's a corruption problem. That's all it comes down to. It's a corruption problem because people are making money from corporations, so they're not going to combat corporations.
No.
Like, even government officials are getting paid by corporations to make decisions in Congress. It's disgusting.
Yeah. That's why the only people who can do stuff about this are, like, gigantic YouTubers. Because at that point, they're essentially a corporation, like a mini corporation.
Yeah, and YouTube really values them because, like, PewDiePie brings in bank for YouTube.
Yeah. No, they would smite A big company could go after PewDiePie, and I feel like they would actually try to step in then. That being said, based on what PewDiePie plays, like, I don't think he's ever going to get in trouble with anyone. He plays, like, he just plays search engines, and I feel like that might be on purpose.
Especially because YouTube now has like contracted him to YouTube Red, which I don't know how they do that. I don't know if they pay him a bit and then like, okay, well, YouTube Red, since if someone watches the whole thing, you get a pretty sizable amount of money. But he's doing those like this new series that's YouTube Red exclusive.
Yeah.
So I feel like if anybody bothered him, YouTube would be like, well, we have him under contract. We kind of now need him. We have to step in. Like they'd be kind of obligated to.
What do you mean, YouTube? I mean, YouTube is already kind of stepping in. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but Jim Sterling released a video on his Jimquisition series, and he talked about how YouTube contacted him about helping him fight in legal battles, like actual taking, like, kind of like the Slaughtering Grounds, the shitty dev that took down one of Jim Sterling's videos because he just shat all over the terrible game. And kind of like with Day One Gary's incident, but these tiny indie developers who just go on a shit fest about their shitty games. YouTube said, we're going to help protect you against these guys, but they're not going to do anything against bigger companies.
No.
They would never do that.
Because the little indie devs, it's like some of the indie devs are less powerful than the YouTubers. Like, of course, like, you just take the side of the person who's in the larger position of power, and you've got a pretty safe bed.
Yeah. But Team 4-Star recently has been getting backed up by YouTube, like, because they're almost it's probably a bot claim that's like, you know, screwing Team 4-Star over. Because no company would be like the Japanese company would not be like, oh, you can't do this because they're not monetizing the content. They're just doing their own thing.
I mean, fuck, it might not even be the actual company. It could be one of these third-party scumbags, these scumbag companies that are literally just set up to claim random shit. I have on my Half-Life 2 mod, The Citizen, I have the credits manually claimed by a shitty company called Murphy Ben International. The fucking credits of a Half-Life 2 mod that probably only 100,000 people have played, ever.
Did you dispute it?
Not yet. I don't want to get a fucking strike on my channel, so I've just been letting it sit there.
You should. The thing is, I've disputed things that I was 100% sure were not legit. Like the buzzing sound from the reactors in Final Fantasy VII, and I was talking over it. That was claimed once. I disputed it, and it was resolved in seconds, which means... I think their robots were set up that if anyone disputes it, they just release the claim, because that's the only thing that made sense. And there was one other one that got resolved really quickly. So, I mean, I'm not that worried about, like, disputing things. It's hard for them to... I don't know, it'd be pretty crazy for them to strike something like that.
I don't know, I mean, they could do it just to dick me over for however long they want to go at this, you know?
It's kind of a problem, because even if the copyright strike gets, like, not copyright strike, but the copyright notice gets resolved, that shitty third party who just did it still gets money for as long as that sat there, which is complete crap.
Yeah, that's insane. So.
There is another video I'd like to share that talks about a little bit more in depth by Sky Williams. He talks a bit more about it too. He gives his point of view. There we go. Link it. You guys can. I'll hopefully link both of these down on YouTube as well. But you know, I never do that in the VOD. It's his response to hashtag Make YouTube Great Again, which is just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
YouTube was good though whenever it first started. That's the thing. YouTube was actually a pretty good platform when it very, very first started.
Well, to be fair, back then your channel would just get nuked.
Yep.
Like, I know some earlier Let's Players, they're either, like, one of them is still around, but I was watching his channel, then I went back one day and it was just gone. And I saw him pop up a few years later, and I was like, so this is back right when I first started. I was like, hey, I used to watch you, what happened to your channel? And he said, I have no idea, they just deleted it, and I never found out why. So, in some ways, it's a little bit better now.
It wasn't exactly safe, but as far as, like, how the content was presented, the layout, and just how, like, user-friendly the site was, it was fantastic. But
no, the best thing about the old YouTube was that it really was like YouTube. It was focused on smaller people getting their voice out. Like, if you had a really popular video that day, it would be on the front page.
Yeah, I remember that. Shit, man.
yeah, it was
So,
nice.
like, The Vlog Brothers, who were hugely popular, one of them made VidCon. I found him because he was on the front page because he made a song about Harry Potter and it got really popular. That's the only reason they're like famous right now is because YouTube was set up properly to actually let little guys become famous.
And now it's gone back to not doing that because Google wants money, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It is a company.
That whole like suggested YouTubers thing on the side, and like if you turn it off, it'd be like, yeah, but if you turn it off, you might not be included. Are you kidding me? They have like freaking Markiplier and PewDiePie on there. It's like one day I'll just be on the side of someone's video.
Yeah, I'm on the side of PewDiePie's thing. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, let me check
sure we
who's
have
on
an
mine
equal
because
chance.
I remember I actually have a couple of small ones on mine. On my
No, we're talking
suggested
about
one.
the automatic one.
Yeah,
Yeah, on my
yeah.
like the related channels, I actually have a few that aren't that big.
Well, that are on your like when you go to your YouTube page, not when you go to
Welcome
one of your
back.
videos. That's weird. That has never happened to me.
Like not super small. Actually, okay, this person's actually at 5,000. That's kind of small.
Interesting. Did they change it?
Maybe this person's on. I'm gonna link it. This person is on my related channels.
Huh. It's free.
That
Well,
person
all right.
is
Well,
on.
I guess I won't complain about that then if they actually did something about it.
No, because I still have some bullshit ones. I still have Northern Lion on my thing.
Yes,
And-
a small startup Northern Lion.
Let's play.
That guy is not big at 662,000 subscribers. Not a big guy.
Oh, well, he's not at 1 million? I could have sworn to God he would have been at 1 million.
No, he gets very good views though.
He's carved out a very specific niche.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it works for him very well. So props to you, Northern
The
Lion.
niche is all of the Binding of Isaac until he dies.
All of it.
But what do you guys think they could do to fix this problem? I already put out a concept of the main source that I assume most companies, and those scumbag ones that I was talking about, like Murphy Ben International, the main reason why they do it is because they know they can make money by claiming a random video for the first bit of time, and then the views drop, and then they can release it after all the views have been taken.
The best thing sounds like they don't get the money until the claim is resolved.
Yep.
That would
Just put
stop
the money-
false ones.
Put the money in escrow, and then whoever resolves the claim and gets the claim on their side, then they get the money given to that person.
Yeah, the money should not just be handed out because that just encourages you to be like, oh, this one's mine, this one's mine, this one's mine, this one's mine.
There's
They
no
still get
reason
reward.
for them to do that either. Like, they don't have any legal precedent that says they have to give the money to them right away, otherwise they get sued out the ass or something.
But it's just it's Google trying to appease everybody and not claim too much responsibility, which is silly.
That would.
Sure.
The thing is, this wouldn't stop like the big corporations that are doing it like manually, but it would stop the people like the Music Rights Holding Society, which got me several times when I first started out, and I looked it up, and their freaking Facebook page pretty much was just mocking the fact that they were fake. They're just like, you like to make videos, and we like to make money. You have the pleasure of being able to make videos, and we get money for it. And I was like, what? This is on their Facebook page. And so, like, there's nothing to stop them. There was no way to report it or anything. I saw one video that was being hit by them that was trying to start up a class action lawsuit against them, but I don't think it went anywhere.
Well, you can report if it's an American company. You can report any kind of thing to the Better Business Bureau. And yes, Google owns YouTube. You can report anything to the Better Business Bureau to like any kind of thing like that, and they have to investigate it.
Man, it feels like they aren't going to do shit, though.
And the thing is, I have no idea if they're an American company or not. There wasn't a lot of information because they're not a real goddamn company. It could have just been some guy.
I don't know the procedure for non-American companies. I think there is something, but I don't think it's handled by the Better Business Bureau.
No.
The one in Better Business, I mean, the one Murphy Ben International that claimed the Half-Life 2 mod credits, it was based in Nigeria, I think.
Because I think there's...
I don't think the Better Business Bureau is an official government agency either. I'm not exactly sure what they can do.
Well, there are other agencies too. I'm just trying to use them as an example. But I think there is a government agency that if a foreign company is abusing something towards an American company, that foreign company just gets like blacklisted.
But I'm not a company.
No, but that group from Nigeria is.
But you said a company towards another company?
towards someone on like using a US product. So like you're using YouTube, so they're abusing YouTube, which would be the thing.
I also heard that Google is slamming down on like the fake download ads. You know what I mean? Like download now in the ad that leads you to like virus.com.
Yeah.
Wait, they
I
have
think that's
those?
true.
Yeah, they're everywhere. I
I
turned off
guess I
ad
just never
block
clicked
for
on them, so
like a day, and it was just like download now. And I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, because those fake things, like they don't help Google. That Google gets money in the very short term, but then once people see that there's the problem with it, the virus is they re-enable ad block, so Google then loses out on money.
Or once people can't go on the computer anymore because viruses.
goddamn virus.com.
Oh man.
That's the best site though. It's like, yes, we have viruses.
Very
Crazy,
fun.
right?
Is there any other solution that you guys can think of other than holding the money until... Because the current system is indeed set up, like the 3-strike system, set up for our benefit, right?
I think it should be held, like you said, but I also think that for these obviously fake ones, they should just be blacklisted by YouTube, not allowed to make any more copyright claims.
Yeah, that would work also.
Can they do that, though?
Yeah,
I think
YouTube can do it.
If there was a system where there was enough... although that could definitely be abused also. I don't know. It's a start, though.
Like a 3-strike system for people who make claims.
Yeah, because then,
and then
you're
they'd
going
at
to
least
have
be
these fake
reviewed.
companies. And also they would be able to track the IP of this quote-unquote fake company, so like they wouldn't be able to easily just restart doing it.
I don't know if YouTube's going to go through all that bullshit, to be honest.
No, and the thing is, I don't think anything's going to change until there's a big litigation case, like, involving fair use, which there hasn't been. Like, this is all just weird posturing. It's all like, take this down, stop this, we're taking this down. Nothing has ever gone to court, like, ever for this.
Well,
Like, ever for a
YouTube's
Let's
going to
Play
have
channel.
to start doing stuff once there is a competitor. And eventually there's going to be a competitor. Like,
Well, that's
it's
the
going
hope.
to happen.
That would solve a lot of things if there is a competitor, to be honest.
Because
But
so many people are dissatisfied with YouTube that there's an opening there.
Oh, yeah. It's just,
So-
hosting all of the videos every, 400 hours are uploaded every minute, I think it was. That's kind of a lot of bandwidth and money for
Yeah, but there
companies
are
to...
there are people who have that money and who would be willing to try and break into this market and get money.
The only other 2 websites that I've seen that are actually... Because a year ago, I looked into a shit ton of other websites to try to find alternatives to YouTube. I found 2 that I was interested in. Zipcast.com, which seems to be centered basically around, hey, look at this, remember old YouTube and how everybody loves old YouTube? We're old YouTube. That website has its issues as well, mostly with just the way it's set up instead of janky, slow loading times. And then dailymotion.com, but that site... Unfortunately, I think shut down within the past 5 months because
Wait,
I went back to it and it's just a blank website saying donate. We need donations to keep this website running. So I don't know.
pretty sure Dailymotion still exists.
Does it?
Yes, it still exists.
Oh no, not Dailymotion. Sorry, shit. No, Upload
Okay.
Society. Sorry.
All right, you just gave me potentially shocking news.
I think
Crazy.
I think Cloudy, which was a site that allowed videos, I think that sold recently. And it's been repurposed.
No, Upload Society is apparently back up and going. I was worried about that.
No.
Yeah, this website seems pretty good. But yeah, no, we don't really have a good competitor to YouTube. Probably won't for a while, but
Yeah,
hey.
but as soon as somebody kind of figures out the rules and stuff, that once fair use and copyright is updated to be, to be current, to be relevant to our digital society, someone's going to step up and be like, okay, now that there's concrete rules, I can make a website and do this. So
Yeah.
once that occurs,
Could be years, though.
yeah, well, it's the thing that needs to happen. So once that occurs, then but we got to deal with YouTube as it is for now, which will be rough.
Man, look at Douglas channeling his inner communism. Jesus Christ.
Wait, is he trying
He's
to
like-
lead a violent revolution for copyright?
He's like violent revolution against our capitalist corruption. You can't take legal action or pay off a mass-driven bolt of lead coming for you.
I have to say, if I was going to start a violent revolution, even though this is part of my job, this is not the issue I would do it over.
That's very true.
I feel like there's more pressing matters.
So,
but all right,
I guess,
there's 20 minutes left. Are we good on this? Or
yeah, we're good on this. Let's move on.
yeah.
There we go.
Was there actually something? Was this the thing that you guys wanted to talk about, or?
I think that was, yeah.
Okay.
We also wanted to talk about a game that's kind of been, announced, kind of. I don't have the website because I'm stupid and I didn't save it, but
Same.
basically, you fight against honey badgers.
I hope this was actually what wanted you to have this entire podcast, was just this.
Well, we were going to
yes.
do a big elaborate joke first, so we faked a game, and then at the end we were like, and then once you get to the Fallout stage, you get annihilated by honey badgers. And then we were going to talk about 60 Seconds, which is a game on Steam, and we're going to be like, at the very end, whenever they just want you to die, a honey badger comes in and kills you. So we were going to do this big, long-lasting joke, but we've almost run out of time. So.
And for context, honey badgers are mean and crazy animals.
Yeah, they are the greatest animal on planet Earth, because they are fucking
I don't
insane.
Deny that. They put their head into a honeybee hive to eat the honey.
They fought off lions, they killed jackals. They are fucking insane animals who are really powerful creatures.
I wonder if
It's
they have those in
fantastic.
Ark.
Honey
They have-
badgers.
And the thing, they have them
Takes
in,
down a dinosaur in one stroke.
they have them in Far Cry 4 where they're like ridiculously powerful, and they're in Far Cry Primal where they'll just run up to a bear and be like, "Die, bitch!" It's hilarious. Honey badgers are wonderful, but
The
yeah, we
glyphis
don't
is
have
the
enough,
most feared animal. That's.
we don't have enough time to get into it, or else we would have done the jokes and stuff.
Well,
And I was
what's
going
And
to talk
then
about.
honey badger.
I was going to talk about how there's a bear simulator, and I'm like, when are we going to get a honey badger simulator?
That would be so great. You would literally eat the world.
Yeah.
Do honey
When can I be a
badgers
honey badger?
Do they just eat honey?
No.
Because I was going to
They
say,
eat-
if they eat honey, there's no reason for them biologically to be that violent.
They eat everything. They'll eat bones. They are insane. Honey badgers have been
just-
reported as digging up graves, for God's sakes.
Jesus.
The
They're-
only thing they don't eat are other honey badgers. Strangely.
I don't believe that.
I mean, there's probably, but like, they're so powerful. A honey badger versus honey badger fight is just not practical.
Found a game.
Yeah.
Honey Badger Simulator.
A lot of people think that when Chuck Norris and Captain Falcon collided, that's what caused the Big Bang, but no. It was just two honey badgers.
Honey badgers are
So in the
badass.
zombie apocalypse, we just need to release some honey badgers and they'll eat
yes.
all the
No,
zombies.
no,
But
don't
then
do
we'll have
that.
a bigger problem.
No, don't do that. Because the zombies
Yeah,
will
if-
eat
if
the honey
badgers
badgers,
get infected,
Yep.
we're done.
and then the zombie honey badgers. We're fucked.
Yeah, the zombies might not be able to pierce the skin around the honey badger's neck, but the honey badgers are going to be eating the zombies. They're going to get infected.
That's true. I
That's
didn't
the
think
thing,
this
too.
through.
Honey badgers
didn't.
have retardedly thick skin. They can take shots from a machete and just be like, whatever, don't care. It's insane.
Fair enough.
They're
Well, honey
crazy
badgers
animals.
aside, I'm very curious as to the next subject because I recently played Life is Strange a few months ago and I loved it.
Yep, that's
So-
the reason why I put the topic up there. So,
Thank you for doing that, Cross. I wanted to do a co-op with that.
I would not have enjoyed that game over Skippy Skype with no sound. The sound was so important for that game.
Yeah,
Like a large part of it is the ambience from different music tracks that she plays. It
I
would
was
have
so
been horrible.
into it though.
I mean,
in my
I think
mind,
it would have
was
made some really good videos, but I wouldn't have enjoyed the game as much. So
Yeah.
you know,
So
But
yeah,
anyway,
the
what's the
Life
new
is
game?
Strange. The Life is Strange devs' new game is called Vampire.
what
Sounds interesting.
Vampire. It's spelled.
was it made by Douglas because he says vampire all the time?
good. Yeah.
Yeah, vampire.
So,
But-
do you get to play as a vampire?
From what I'm seeing, it's set in 20th century Britain, set after a Spanish flu that wiped out a bunch of people in a town. So I'm guessing that's going to be an excuse not to render out too many people. Which fair enough. There you go. But you
Don't
get to play
knock it.
as a vampire who stalks the streets at night, hunting down unfortunate denizens.
That sounds amazing.
Any person foolish, desperate, or unlucky enough to walk the streets lay prey to Britain's most elusive predators, the vampires.
Sounds interesting, but that sounds like a very far departure from Life is Strange.
Yeah, is it still going to be like a graphic novel type thing? Because that would be crazy to me.
And it says here, combat is comprised of melee and shooting along with supernatural vampiric abilities.
Oh
So
God, yeah, this is nothing like Life is
So
Strange.
it's trying to it's trying to kind of in a way be
shit.
Vampire the Masquerade.
And it says weapon crafting is also a core pillar of its gameplay. So I thought at first it might have like the Walking Dead sort of, combat, but I think it might be like Vampire and the Masquerade Bloodlines.
That'd be amazing. That's one of my favorite games of all time.
Now this company, the developers do indeed have experience with making shooters. They made a third-person shooter called Remember Me, but it didn't have very great reviews when it came out.
Is that the one where that robot chick kills everyone in the beginning?
I don't know, but she has like time traveling abilities or something.
Whoa.
She recalls past events or something.
Hmm.
Oh no, she can like read the minds of people. I don't remember. It didn't get very great reviews, but I heard
It's-
good
Fair
things
enough.
about it.
This is just a weird, just a genre change. But if they want to branch out, that's kind of cool.
Also, this trailer tells me absolutely nothing about the game, and I hate that.
Well,
I
isn't
mean-
it still in like early development?
Oh,
maybe.
probably for sure.
So the trailer right now would just
Oh.
be like, "This is the idea." So
Here's some concept art, as every trailer is due.
but if I like that. I like that they're trying to branch out and kind of get experience in different fields and stuff. That's cool to me.
Because they went from the third-person shooter, Remember Me, to a sort of, Telltale sort of game-telling style, Life is Strange, and now to Vampire. So
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
hopefully it's good. It'll be like in the spirit of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which I haven't played yet. And
Well,
But even if it's
hopefully.
not, it's a learning experience, and it'll help
Yeah,
them
I
in the
mean-
future.
I'm a bit less excited now that I know that's a straight up action jam, just because they did the visual novel like really well.
That might be the other thing too. Like they hit it out of the park with that. Maybe they don't want to right now try and contend with the hype that had.
Hmm.
Like they don't want to have
sense.
people comparing the two games, like constantly. Because
Yeah.
that's the thing, that's the thing that can kind of kill a second game. It's just, oh, this isn't as good as the first. Fuck it. So
Yeah.
they might want to just let Life is Strange marinate for a bit and just put something else out in the same vein.
what are your thoughts, Buttkiss, who I hope didn't die in his chair waiting for us?
Don't worry about it.
He has no concept of what we're talking about, I think.
Well,
Did
I
you just
mean,
tune out?
I have not played Life is Strange.
Well, neither have I.
Wait, have you played it, Relic?
No, I'm prepared to though.
Oh, you and Buttkiss could do video.
No, because Buck has said like, I'd want to play it alone for the sound. I was like,
That's actually good instinct.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's just that
Really
once you
is.
play, from what I guess is once you play it through once, like you know too much.
I mean, I could hover over you and just not say too many things.
How
That's
does
a
Life
dangerous,
is...
slippery slope. But I could definitely see you doing it with you, Cross, because
Yeah.
you're pretty careful about things.
Maybe we should do it anyway, because I'd actually rather do that than the shooty death sad game. What was this War of Mud? I would totally rather hover over your head during this game.
I would like to still do this War of Mine at some point,
Hmm.
way in the future, probably.
That
Whenever
game
I
is
have
sad.
the baby kids.
Oh, okay. If you get the little ones DLC, I'll totally do it with you.
Because that will be insane, I think. Just how we have to deal with the new issues we'll have to deal with.
Yeah, just kid starving. It's a lighthearted.
Yeah,
Game
very
of
lighthearted
triumph.
game.
God, it
Nothing
was
bad.
depressing enough already.
Nothing bad.
All right.
We have 10 minutes left, so
Yeah, I just want to really briefly, as far as games we've been playing, me and 203 have been playing Heroes of the Storm more now, And I think I'm starting to really like it, which is concerning me, because now I'm starting to like another MOBA. And it's different than other MOBAs, because like MOBAs are all about like pushing lanes and stuff and fending and stuff. Heroes of the Storm throws that entirely on your head. You can win without pushing a single lane physically because there's these objectives that push the lanes for you on some of the maps. And it just makes these really interesting like battlegrounds with both teams. So the strategy is completely different than other MOBAs. The skill level to get in isn't nearly as high as like as a bunch of other things. Like Infinite Crisis, like the more I'm playing Heroes of the Storm, I realize it was actually a bad game. But I loved the world too much. Like that's the only reason I played it. I love the world. And I never played a traditional MOBA before, so I had nothing to compare it to. But I'm really liking Heroes of the Storm, and it's free. So if
2 or 3
people,
told me.
How many players can play on a map?
5.
For us, we might have to do some games.
Yeah, dude, get it, and I'll totally play it with you.
I'm gonna install it right now. Where's Hearthstone? That's how I get to my Blizzard installer.
Yeah. We've been playing with me and 203 have been playing with Glyphos a lot. And it's good, and the oh no, it's just good. I suggest people that like MOBAs check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah, 203 told me that she's starting to get the hang of it, so that's good.
Yeah, she was, because the thing is, MOBAs if the first MOBA you play is just going to be frustrating because it's just different. But there's not nearly as many skill shots in this game, also, which helps. There's a few, but there's not nearly as many. Most of them are just like on auto tracker, like a wide area of attack. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of MOBAs, like this interests me because a lot of MOBAs have that really high skill ceiling. Like League of Legends has a huge skill ceiling.
Yeah.
Like, so a lot of, like, this caters more to the, from what I understand, the casual MOBA player.
I don't know, I'd say this game still has a pretty high skill ceiling.
It
Mostly in the team coordination aspect of it. Like,
well, yeah, that's where it...
Definitely.
Yeah. The strategy, like, it's not really the playing as far as, it's really just being where you're supposed to be and communicating is so important.
Which is a huge aspect of any MOBA, really.
But doesn't the game, like, from my understanding, from everything I've heard of it, is that it's like at the lower levels, it's much more casual. Because, you know, at the low levels of League of Legends, people are still bitchy. People still expect you to do shit.
Yeah, no one's told me that I was like a dumbass and should die in a fire and they're going to provide kerosene, just give me your address or something.
That might be because they don't allow you to talk to the enemy team.
Well, usually most of the hate in MOBAs generally comes from your own team.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
true.
there's a little bit of taunting from the other team, but usually it's your team being like, "You suck, you failed at jungle, now we die, me." So,
So yeah, that's the game that's free to play. You guys should check it out or something. I guess there you go.
yeah, you got nothing to lose from playing a free-to-play game.
Another thing that's free is the Insurgency mod, known as Day of Infamy. It's a great World War II total conversion. It's great. Check it out.
You don't know if it's great. You haven't played it.
I have played it with Daggles.
Oh, all right.
Because you
A
wouldn't play with
free
me.
mod for a game that's not free.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
shit on me.
The game has been on the bundles for like $1.80 times, so it's great.
Yeah, because it's already made its money. So.
Oh my god, there's a map designed by the developer of Underhill where the Americans start off in like the fucking, you know, those tank boats with like the armored sides and shit, and you land on a beach and you storm out of the fucking thing. You run up the beach, you breach the like pillboxes, you go through the pillboxes, clear out the Nazis. Oh, yes.
It's a mod for Underhill?
It's a mod for Insurgency. It's
Okay,
a
we might have
map
to check
in Day of
that out.
Infamy. But I think it's only competitive multiplayer.
You know what, that's fine. I'll play a competitive multiplayer if it's in the style of Normandy. Like, that's insane to me. That's great.
And fucking shit's exploding around you. Oh, God.
Sounds pretty good.
All right, we
Nice.
got 6 minutes left.
Yes, let's continue on games we've been playing. Cross. Anything else you've been playing?
I was more so going to say, let's say what's on our channels and wrap it up, because we only have 6 minutes left.
Yeah, okay, so... Yeah.
And we have 4 channels to go through this time. All
3.
Yep.
Well,
4.
2, really, because Relic's not going to say what's in his channel, so...
That's about right.
So, Buttkiss, what's on your
I
channel?
guess streams can be talked about as well, so that'll get Buttkiss in.
Well,
Buttkiss,
on
what
my
do you
channel,
stream?
you can see a video of Rick Astley singing "Never Gonna Give You Up." Never gonna let
Never
you down.
You
Never gonna
down,
run
never gonna
around
run
and
around and desert you.
Damn it, Skype.
See, the problem is, on this site, it actually goes to your real YouTube channel, which isn't even set up for videos.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's
I'm-
horrible. We need to fix that.
Oh no.
You might want to alter that. But all right, Companion, what's on your channel?
That's not even my real YouTube.
Well,
Isn't it? Oh, I must have set it up back when you had that YouTube channel or something. I still link to that in some of my old YouTube videos.
oh,
But on my channel, I have KOTOR going up, and I've started up Payday 2 yet again. I've been continuing on in that. I don't know how long that's gonna go for.
Yeah! Woo!
Holy
Jesus
balls.
Christ!
that's like the second time I've ever heard you get excited.
Holy shit!
He's not. He's
I had to
faking his
work up
excitement,
for it.
though. That's the problem.
I completely
Anyway,
lost
continue.
my train of thought. What was I talking about? My ears are
Payday 2
bleeding.
being back.
What else is on your channel?
Other than Payday 2 and KOTOR, I'm going to be releasing another Savage Land stream highlights, and I'll be putting up these Silent Hill streams that I've been doing in probably sessions. Like, I think I have about 6 videos to post up there. And after I get some of those up, I will be starting the Half-Life 2 mod called Silent Hill Alchemilla, which is, I guess, based around the hospital of Silent Hill. And that should be fucking
The most
awesome.
interesting part of Silent Hill.
The hospital?
Really, I'm not being. Yeah, it's the most interesting part.
Gotta love
Yeah,
them
I
zombie
guess.
nurses.
I liked the elementary school.
Dude.
That was pretty cool.
The elementary school
Freaking-
is freaking creepy. I
The
like that as
baby
well.
zombies? Who has baby zombies? It was horrible. They just bite your ankles.
Yeah.
But I really liked all of the Silent Hill areas. Like it was all pretty good mood.
Silent Hill 2.
What about you, Cross? What's going on your channel?
So my channel is a shoot game Spaceland. Oh, Last Federation. I can't even remember my own things. Shovel Knight is over, and I will soon be starting the Plague Knight DLC. I have most of it recorded already. And I just uploaded the first episode of Super Hot, the first-person shooters where the time only moves when you do, except it's kind of lying a bit. It moves a little bit even when you're not moving, but it's practically still when you're not moving. So, first part of that is up.
It's much more catchy than time moves very, very slowly when you're
Yes. That's very true. And when I say that you can't cut bullets with a katana, know that I was incorrect. 'Cause
Holy
you
shit.
can. Yup. I do that in the second part, and you get an achievement for it that's hidden. So yeah, that's that. Psychonauts will be up sometime. I haven't had a chance to record more than 2 episodes, though, so I want at least 5 before I release that. So we'll see. And that's pretty much it.
Do we have anything else to talk about? Anybody else want to plug their shameless
I'm going to be
stuff?
putting up my my podcast awards, which is just going to be the Waiting Queue Winning Podcast Awards for being the best podcast done by four idiots who have no business talking about anything ever.
Who
We're going to
gets
have
the
all
award?
these skewed awards that we can win.
Who gets the award?
It would be great.
Can I
Can we
get the
give
award?
it to Billy?
No,
Let's give it to
I
Billy.
get all the awards. Anyway, Drive Not Found is a place that a lot of us stream to, and we do a lot of different types of games, a lot of different variety to them, ranging from things like Half-Life to Silent Hill. You just mentioned that, to Ark,
Wasteland
Rogue
2.
Legacy.
Insurgency,
The best game.
Rogue Legacy,
It really is great.
D&D
The
sessions
vast,
with Douglas.
the vast like supply of games that we all play. It's great. I like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's a variety
Hearthstone's
channel.
there too. So, yeah, it's if you like us or any one of us, I mean, Douglas streams there a lot too. So, Douglas, Taz, Buttkiss, Companion Cube, Cross. Sometimes I do it.
Yoshi?
It's not there. Yoshi, I haven't seen do it in like 3 months.
It's
Yeah, I
been
don't-
more
I
like
assume he'll
half
be
a year.
back.
I don't know.
I don't
Usually.
think so.
We'll
You
give
can
him
only
the honorable mention.
unfriend.
Yoshi.
You can only unfriend everyone on the stream channel so many times.
All right. Well, I guess we'll wrap up the podcast here.
If only
unless
Relic
any-
had joined a little bit earlier, he could have been in that really amazing fan art.
That's true. Such a shame.
Damn. Oh well.
We
What
can
a
just
shame.
say that Yoshi is Relic.
What if we just paint Yoshi's icon's hair blue like his icon in this channel and then say it's...
Oh shit, you're right. That totally wouldn't work. But anyway,
Wait.
this has been the
His
Winky
headphones
Podcast.
are green. His headphones are green.
That's true.
That fits.
Yeah, but that was Winky
Impressive.
Podcast for 2/29/16, the impromptu podcast, actually. All because of
Done on
sponsored
a
by
leap
Relic
year.
and Buttkiss.
Sponsored by Honey Badger.
So I guess that we're done. So arrivederci. Thank you for joining us on this podcast.
Hasta la pasta.
Later.
Bye-bye.